Hey guys, so today I'm showing you the n8n workflow I built that I earned around $2,000 on. It was basically one of my first n8n workflows, a client I got from Upwork, and it really shows some of the capabilities with n8n and how you as an AI automation builder, AI agency can plug into different companies and help them with some of their tasks and their data, handling that, improving their decision making and so forth. So this will be a very nice case study both for business owners but also for AI automation builders into the possibilities of n8n and how again it can integrate with your systems. So let's get straight into the video here. So here is the workflow, and I told you guys already that this is one of the clients I got from Upwork. So they basically, without going into too much details, they have a lot of data. They're a construction company, and they have a lot of data because they have a platform like an app. Imagine like a website, an app, and they have free users on that app. And these are companies, big companies that they have as clients that are using their application, and they have 6 sales agents, and these 6 sales agents, they need to sort of try to get people up to the paying subscriptions, premium packages, right? And so who should they call, once they have 2,000 members? So the priority of who they should call is what they wanted an AI agent system to do. And so, to be honest, it's more like an AI automation workflow as opposed to an agent. And that's exactly what we made for them. We made a lead scoring system for them. And this is one of the most powerful n8n workflow systems: lead scoring, prioritization, lead qualification. That's something we see in Frama Studio, that there's a lot of demand for that, and in general in the AI automation space right now. And so I will go through this workflow. We used Salesforce and we used BigQuery because that's the platforms that they had connected. Salesforce is a very popular platform for many OG, old companies. And it's sort of a platform where it's like a CRM, customer reputation management software. And so they have like a lot of their clients, their customers there, and everyone can see everything that has been done from calls, emails, and all the outreach and communication with the clients, right? So it's all in one place for the entire company. Now that data can be fetched, and that's what we did. We took the data for all these customers, the history of the communication, and likewise Salesforce BigQuery is the analytics for the app, so we could see exactly what happened with each user. So we could see the entire history of communication and also their history of use of the app. And with that, that's exactly what the data we used to build the scoring system. So let's get into it here. What we start with is a Salesforce query to get certain IDs and strings. I will not open these because these contain sensitive information that I have I'm not allowed to share. But we basically getting company ID and account ID, and these are IDs to identify information from the Salesforce and also Google BigQuery, because internally they have managed to reconcile that. And so or it's like through the company name. We got the company ID and account ID from Salesforce, and we got the company name as well. And then this is what we get here. So we already had these defined in Google Sheets, but that's usually that node, and it just runs straight away, right? We have of course like a schedule trigger, and then what we get here is the data I mentioned, Salesforce BigQuery data. We get those data sets, and we actually reconcile them, right? Because we have a loop over node here, which means that what we actually get is, so what we did here is, here we already took everything. So here we already had company ID and account ID instead of doing it this way. So we had 300 clients data here, and then it runs each one time. So we get information from one account, one company here, one account, one company here, and then we do some merging, aggregating, and transformation. Why? Because here we're getting 2 inputs, and that needs to get into, first of all, 1 input, and then it needs to get into 1 list, 1 file, and after getting into 1 file, it needs to be going into 1 string, 1 text, so that our agent can analyze this data. And it just does that process, linearly, one by one, takes everything and ranks it. And I can show you guys the prompt. So basically we have a large prompt here that's very good, that's telling them the information they will get, the AI agent will get, and also how they will score it and the fields they will output. So we use the OpenAI chat model, we use Zep node, and we use a structured parser to get the desired output. And finally, the updated data was getting sent to Google Sheets, simply updating, ranking, giving explanation for it, and yeah, and just processing all the data one by one until everything has been processed. And so this was honestly a lot of figuring out until I understood that this is the best way forward. And we ended up with a Google sheet that had a lot of beautiful information, again ranking the leads from the based on the activity, the communication, giving the suggested tasks moving forward, and stuff like that they could just plug into their systems. Now that was sort of the main task here, and that was beautiful. This is a very interesting task. It can be done connected to any CRM and any system, and it's sort of the lead processing and scoring, right? Oops. And so finally we had another one here that was the updating Salesforce, right? Because how can they plug into this system and use it? Well, since their sales agents already use Salesforce, we actually went ahead and took the sheets, information in the sheets that we found here, and then if what was this? If let me see here. Yeah, if the rank was greater than 8, if like we only send the most qualified leads over, right? So the highest ranking leads went through the AI transformation node and got updated on Salesforce. So what we did here, we just found the last person that had engaged with that client that had 8 rank or higher, and we found out, because it was like a bit of a problematic thing. So if it's like, let's say that the agent that was communicating with that lead that was ranked 10, if it was John, then it will go to this number John here, because all the agents were defined, and so John had his thing updated here. And yeah, this is basically the whole thing. We updated on the Salesforce with the suggestion, with the rank, and told them what to do, and rank the leads and everything, updated it on the front end. And so this is a system that could run full time, real time, 24/7. All the leads and the activity can be analyzed, and AI can then tell sales agents what to focus on. And even further, what can be plugged into this system is an AI agent caller that can actually call for people, and can actually like close deals and put them onto the paying plan. So this is like just a case study of a paying n8n workflow I had. One of the first clients, a very interesting use case. Type of sort of clients and problems you will probably solve as an AI automation expert. And it was honestly enjoyable to try to figure out this and work with these clients and try to solve their problems. So I hope you like this video. It's sort of straightforward, very fast, but if you ever have any sort of clients in the future with Salesforce or BigQuery, I hope this workflow and video will be helpful to you, and you will find this workflow as well in my AI automation agency school group. So yeah, thank you for tuning into this video, and see you in the next one.